So I've got an Olympus XA2 here, and I think the photodiode that's utilized for the meter is broken. And the reason why I say that is there's no change in the shutter speed. So that means this camera's not metering. I do have a donor CdS cell from another unit. So I've never done this before. I'm going to attempt to replace the CdS cell in this camera. So let's jump into it. First, I'm going to remove the bottom cover. Take the batteries out. After I remove the bottom cover, I'm going to take off the front cover. Make sure I don't lose the bearing. After I've got the front cover off, I'm just going to grab some tape and a PEC pad. I don't want to damage the lens, so I'm just going to cover that up for now. Let's go ahead and take off the top cover. The cover. Okay, I'm gonna remove the front cover too. So let's open up the battery door here. Actually, let's just remove the whole. I'll remove the whole film door just because it'll be a lot easier to work with. Okay, I've got the front cover removed. I'm gonna be very careful not to touch the lens. I don't want to damage it. But in order to access the solder terminals for where the CdS cell is connected to this top board, I'm gonna have to remove the viewfinder. Now that I've accessed here, I think just to keep things simple, I'm just gonna remove the viewfinder and the top cover now, just to make my life easier. I'm really gonna try to see if I can do this without removing the full lens assembly, because that's, you know, definitely a lot more than I'd like to do. But again, I've never done this before, so we will see how successful I can be without having to remove the lens assembly. Okay, my soldering iron is heated up, so let's go ahead and remove the viewfinder. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the top cover. Okay, top cover is removed. Set that aside. Okay, next I'm going to just remove the top cover switch. Set it aside. And I'm also going to remove the flash lever here. Okay, now that's removed. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the gasket for the ceramic board on top here. There we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can lift this guy out. Okay. Okay, so I feel very confident that I shouldn't have to do any more disassembly here. There are two solder connections, these two green wires here, that I have to remove before I can remove the CdS cell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove those connections now, and then I'll proceed to the next item here. Now that the solder connections are going to be removed, in order to remove the CdS cell, we have to remove the plate here, which moves the ISO ring. So there is a retainer ring here that has to be removed. And just to make sure I do it properly, I'm just gonna, you know, there's the guide here, which is attached to this ring. I'm just gonna put it in the center. I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but I'm just gonna, like, you know, make sure that I have some amount of confidence that I can reassemble this. Okay, so I've got a spanning tool here, and I'm just gonna see if I can get into here and then just gently remove the retainer ring. That was pretty straightforward. Okay. I've got the retaining ring removed, and I've removed this guy here, which again controls the ISO. There's one screw here to remove this bracket, which is connected to the CdS cell. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that screw. And then, theoretically, I should just be able to pull this guy out. Just like that. So I pulled out the bad CdS cell. Now, I mean, theoretically, this is just a photoresistor, so it shouldn't have a polarity. But just to be certain, I did mark off which of the terminals wasn't connected to the positive terminal here. So I'm just gonna feed that through first. So I think what I'm just gonna do is just gonna solder this guy first. So I'm just gonna get some flux, put it on the solder pad, and just go ahead and solder it. Okay, I've got one terminal soldered in. Let's go ahead and get the second terminal in. Feed this wire through. Okay. Get some flux. Okay, so that's soldered. So I'm just going to do a quick resistance check across there just to see if I have a connection. Yeah, it looks like I have a connection here, and it does. Okay, so we're in a good position here. Okay, so we've replaced the CdS cell, so let's go ahead and just screw it back in. All right, and now we can reattach this front ring here. Now I had it in the center here. Okay, that's in. Grab the retainer ring. Okay, I'm gonna just tighten this very gently. Didn't seem it was super loose or super tight. Didn't seem it was super loose when I released it. Okay, now I've got that working. Okay, that seems to be working okay. I'm gonna reposition the board and put it back in. It's in a good position, so let me just replace this board retainer. I'm gonna go ahead and resolder the viewfinder. I'll get the top plate attached now too. I'm not gonna be able to see this, but I'll go ahead and just solder this. Okay, I've got the top cover soldered back on. So at this point, it's assembled enough that I should be able to start testing. So let's just go ahead and put the batteries in, grab the bottom cover, put it in. I gotta put on the back cover in order to test this properly. So the shutter speeds actually won't adjust, so you have to make sure this lever is in here. But now that I've wound it up, I've got an ISO 800, so let's see if it works. All right, I've got a fast shutter speed there. Let's try it again. Fast shutter speed. Let's try to go to a lower ISO. Looks like it was a bit longer. Try pointing it down. Okay. All right, that's a fast shutter speed of pointing at the light. Point it down. Okay, so we are now discriminating lightness, and I'm going to go ahead and complete the reassembly. First step to reassemble, I need to get the flash lever here and reassemble this in. Some sharper pliers here. Don't want to be careful not to damage the spring. Okay, that's on. I'm going to now reassemble the switch for the top cover back on. Okay, that guy's in. The viewfinder back on. Okay, that looks good. And so I'm just going to slide the top cover back on. That looks good. Reassemble the top cover. Get the front cover back on. Give me a little bit less anxiety. Oh, I gotta take this bottom part off first. A little bit less anxiety that I'm gonna damage the lens. If you watched one of my other videos, I may have mentioned that I've seen cameras with 2 screws in. I've seen cameras come in with 1 screw on the front here. This one came in with 2, so I put 2 back, but it doesn't really seem to be a big issue here. Okay, so that's back on. Let me put the front cover back on. Get the bearing in the slot here, and then just try to line it up. And then there we go. It's locked into place. Let's get the film door back on. Put this on like that. Let's get this guy. Get the batteries back in. One last screw to put in. Okay, so we are fully assembled. Lens is moving. I can adjust the ISO. And that seems to be working as we expected. Okay, so let's give it a shot. We're at ISO 800, so face down. Well, let's actually go down to ISO 25. All right, face up, fast, face down, slower. And there you have it. I've just replaced the CdS cell in this unit from a donor body, where now this is now potentially a functional Olympus XA2. I'm gonna have to check the accuracy, and what I'll just do is I'll compare it with another unit that I have in similar lighting conditions and just see if I have to adjust the variable resistor in here to kind of get the right timing. And there you have it. One more check. Fast, slower. So we are reacting to light, so that's perfect.